Send me a note. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna build some stuff, and also gonna put like a bunch of accounts on the list. I'm not sure if I have your accounts on the list as well, but I've created a list which will also then be attached to the community with people who post stuff that I think is interesting.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was just listening. I was curious to tune in. I was just about to go to bed here, but I've been getting some really weird, I think it was early this morning. I started getting all these, posts in another language, and I've gone through the kind of strange trends where nothing's related to me in my feed. So it was curious to hear you say that similarly.
Yeah, I think it's because they switched the algorithm now because it's more AI-based. At least that's what I've been able to gather. Because remember, they made that announcement, and I've even replied under X's official post saying, okay, let's see what that's going to look like over the next couple of weeks. And, I'm seeing a very interesting improvement. The engagement, I think, platform-wide just went down for a little bit. You remember that? It just went down for a couple of days. It was really, really bad. Very bad impressions. I'm not sure if that was only me.
Yeah. No, I got the same thing.
It's still a little bit shaky, for some certain types of content, but it seems to be returning a little bit. I've been posting memes again. The memes have been performing again pretty well. Things are kind of returning back to what they once were. Good like ratios, that kind of stuff. But before that was really strange.
Yeah, no, it's we're definitely going through a change, and I've always found that it's useful not to complain too much and just relax. It'll all sort itself out here in the near future, I suspect. Yeah.
Relax and keep creating,
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and if there's a market and an audience, it'll happen. I had interesting. I get really weird offers for sponsorship kind of offers, and very recently I've been getting offers from countries in the Middle East who are interested in paying me to promote certain issues, and I won't give the names of the countries or whatever, but I was trying to explain to them that I would need to register under FARA if I was going to be doing business with them. But it was interesting because they said they just started seeing all of my stuff because of the new algo changes, and they now want to do business with me. And so anyway, it's an interesting. Maybe your businesses end up in a different place than they are today because of the algo change, but we'll see.
Sure, could be, yeah. I think one of those things that still remains undefeated for potential is something such as spaces. I think spaces are incredible because they kind of act as a separation of algo and merit itself. You come up here and you have a conversation about something, and then stuff just happens. It's like magic, right? That's how I grew all of my audience, by the way. The majority of all audience that I've grown is I think a lot of spaces actually, and or indirectly through spaces. So that is something that I think is very fascinating, because if it was just about algorithm, then I probably would have never grown as much as I did. So spaces are a huge thing. What do you think about spaces? Do you ever use spaces at all?
Yeah, I like spaces, and I've really thought about kind of getting involved in that, but I just haven't. There's a couple things that I've been doing that I've noticed that have been working really well. Well, one of them's working, one of them's not actually. But I've ironically noticed a pretty interesting effect on DM, and so I think the algo puts a lot of weight on relationships that you have with other people where there's a DM that goes back and forth. So if you guys are both engaging on direct messaging on the platform, you suddenly are appearing significantly more in their feed, and then their subsequent, the people that they engage with feed. So it's kind of an interesting, it could be an interesting.
No, this can't be true at all. I talk to a guy all the time. I never see his post naturally. It's actually really annoying. Sorry, I don't.
No, I don't know if it's the case or not. The other thing that I've been working on, and which is frustrating, I feel like maybe the articles feature. Have you ever written articles or played with the article feature?
Yes. I haven't used articles myself, but I've had other people post various types of articles and different content. We've worked with different ways on how to exactly get those through. And articles are very strange in how they perform. There used to be a time where they'd perform absolute mad. You know what I mean? You also that there was a time where Spaces had the same thing, where no matter what space you posted, it used to do fucking mad numbers on impressions. It was crazy. I think the same also happened for article links as well. I've never made an article myself. Might make an article in the future, but I just never found anything that I need to like write about at length, because normally whatever I explain at length is just done via the conversation, which is the live show this, right? So yeah.
I went and looked at it, and if you run it through like an SEO checker, none of it is actually made for Google to read. So it's, there's no meta tags, there's no nothing. So it's impossible for it to get reach outside of X. And then I think it's a mistake, but they treat it as an outbound link if you link it in your post. So if I post a link to a Newsweek article, it gets a visibility hit on it because it's an outbound link. But I think the system thinks that the internal articles are similarly outbound links. I talked to the head of product management and sort of gave him kind of a rundown on all the issues, and he was appreciative, but I haven't really gotten any kind of feedback. I was just wondering if anybody else had. I mean, is this a feature they're going to get rid of, or is this something?
Oh, they're going to keep the feature, and I think the feature should actually be amplified, if anything, because this is one of the competitions, like one of the competitive elements that you can have against legacy media.
No, I agree. Anyway, so I've because I do have I basically do 2 long form pieces a day, and so I put them on X articles all the time, and in general they don't do as well as my posts. Every once in a while, like Elon retweeted one of my articles, and then of course that one did great, so that was my best one ever. But otherwise, they've been pretty lackluster. But it's not like I'm losing anything, because the good news is I don't get hit with duplicate content, so I can go over and throw them on Substack, and I know that Google's not going to penalize me for just cutting and pasting. So, which is, I guess that's a good upside. Well, anyway, it was good talking to you. Include me in the group, and let me know if you need anything from me.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. And I'll create the community and everything, and set some stuff up. And Sarah Fields and all these guys as well?
I don't know who to. I probably know of the people. I don't know if I know them.
Yeah, I may know of the people. Yeah. So probably they'll be part of that as well.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks.
Yeah, that works out. Well, see you on the timeline. Thanks for coming. By the way, but just before you go, what brought you here today?
I literally just popped open the Spaces tab and see who was on, and you were one of the first ones on, so I was like, okay, I'll click this one. So that's the reason. And so I did it on mobile and the Spaces tab.
Nice. Cool. Because we have this happen every single day, and it's if you'd like to come around more often, whatever you'd like, we'll have a conversation about practically anything.
Okay. Well, sounds good. You guys have a great holiday, and talk to you soon.
Likewise, man. Sleep well, dude.
Later.
Yeah, I like X6. That's pretty good. And this Spaces in particular, and the way that they're working right now, I think it's been like this. This is why I do this every single day. I just scale as much as possible, because I think the reach and the potential that comes from it is just absolutely. It's wild. A lot of the best stuff that I've been able to experience and been a part of was via Spaces. Most of it, right? Even recordings of Spaces and all this kind of stuff as well. Yeah. I'm thinking of could message my guy about this, because I've been thinking about something.
I actually did a space for the first time yesterday. It went really well. I did it for like 7 hours.
Blaz, do you ever use actually, it just came to mind. Blaz, do you ever use the Rec Spaces tool for clip creation by any chance? Because he sometimes has ways to find moments within space, because it's all recorded. I'm not sure if it's better audio or not so better audio, but it's actually pretty good because it records people are actually on the panel, including yourself, the direct on the panel. So do you ever use his tool for anything?
No, I just do everything just my own kind of method, but I could explore that.
I would advise looking into it. It might be pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it could also take the recording workload off of you if that's a problem.
Yeah, I guess that could be a little bit better. I do have my own kind of archive thing going on here, but yeah, data storage is going to become an issue at some point.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, for Rec Space is pretty decent. I think it's we can use that tool, because I see some of the clips. It's just pretty much automated as well, so you can kind of use that as a means to find stuff. So the storage aspect is taken off you from that workload. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll look at it.
Nice. And I think, did you already post your thing?
Yeah, just about to post this right now here. It says any second now.
Nice. And I think after he's posted that, I'll rug it here today, and we'll continue again tomorrow, same time, same place. Pretty good. I'm thinking of more so doing spaces practically every single day, and then heading into doing live streaming, I think, at more so this type of time, if we're going to do it. We're going through massive build changes in PoE right now, so we still need to kind of stabilize it, and once it's stable, then I can stream. Because we're currently looking for builds that cause massive graphic card disruption issues and such. So we're looking at things that basically create a lot of annoying effects. By the way, I think we need to disable the screen shake shit because it's really pissing me off.
I disabled it for myself. Okay, my post is out there now. So
nice. Let me go get it. Grab it. Right here, I'll pin it up at the top of the space. Everybody go like and repost that shit. Also, join that community. It's called the X Accelerator community. I'm eventually going to probably change it a little bit in terms of its branding, that community, but I like building it up just for the sake of having it and being able to post a lot of cool stuff in there, just like what Blaze is doing right here. It's pretty decent. That's pretty awesome, and I like what it is and what it becomes. So, yeah. And this right here was,
bit earlier today. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I encourage people to listen to this because this is important for community-related things. I've asked a lot of questions there that I think are quite important, and the answers were actually more important than the real questions, but the answers were quite interesting. One of the most fascinating of them being that if you post in communities, the revenue sharing is also still possible. So if you get a bunch of engagement on community content, that also feeds towards your payout at the end of the 2-week period, if you are in fact monetized. So 100% recommend that because it's pretty cool. And on top of that, if you don't have like a massive audience, the community itself looks like 11K. Some of the people who are like its admins and have that on their profile, there are more people in that community than there are followers of that profile, which is really damn cool in a sense, because I think that it allows you to just spread beyond the audience that you already have. And it's even cooler because you can merge yours with it, and then everybody benefits as a whole and literally forms a community. So a lot of people that haven't already, see that post right there that Blaze put out there, it's part of that community, join in there. Look at the rules, of course, because obey the rules. These are important. They keep a certain consistency and a certain value as well. So for instance, don't quote post into there without permission, or just don't quote post in general, and just put posts there natively, no offsite links, no gaslighting, no low signal content, makes no sense of any kind. Post really thoughtful, cool shit, and that's it. All right, you look at the trending page, you'll understand what you are supposed to look for and what you're supposed to post. Anyways, make sure to like and repost the thing up at the top, join the community, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to me. It's only $1 a month, which is basically $10 a year for me, which is also $12 a year for you. Anyways, pretty cool stuff. Make sure to turn notifications on, follow me, follow Lies, and we'll see you again tomorrow. This has been The Conversation. Have a wonderful night. Thank you all for joining.